Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on a snapper HyVac with a Briggs&Stratton 8.75 horsepower professional series engine. It was running good all summer long, and this last time they were mowing, it run for a while and it died, and it hasn't been started since. So either it could be some water in the gas or dirty gas. We'll just have to take it apart and see what it could be. So hope you enjoy the video. We're going to go ahead and take the air filter assembly off. I see they put a new plug in there. Let's see if that would solve their problem. And I see they have an inline fuel filter. You really don't need to put this on these motors because where the fuel comes out of the tank, there's actually a screen that's molded in the plastic in the tank. It's just this fine mesh screen is what's in these filters. So, I guess you can do it, but there's no reason for it. We'll go ahead and take all this apart here. Get this cable out of the way. Then we're going to take the top off the motor so we can get the gas tank off, because we're going to drain all the gas out of that and blow it out too. We're going to take the carburetor off. Let's see what's causing it not to run. This has the automatic choke system on it, so we got to be careful we don't lose the spring when we take it apart, and make sure everything's all hooked up when we get it back on. So we're going to go ahead and take this top off so we can get the gas tank off. These are 5/16 inch nuts on that as well. Then it looks like we gotta take this has a charging system on it. Here, I'll raise the camera up so you can see this. Okay, we gotta take this bolt out and this bolt out. That's what's holding the tank on, and right here is like the little alternator what charges the battery. This is electric start. And we'll slide that out like that. I'll go ahead and unhook the fuel line. And I'll go ahead and let that drain in my barrel out back. Then we'll take the carburetor off and tear the carburetor apart and see if our problem's in there. Okay, now we'll take the carburetor off. Like I said, we gotta be very careful so we don't lose none of this stuff on top for the automatic choke and everything. So when you do this part, be careful because the spring could go flying off or something. And these are 5/16 inch bolts too. Okay. I'm going to go and disconnect that spring right there. Go and slide this out. And we'll take the governor rod off. Then we'll come back and take that for your heat exchanger on your automatic choke. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and clean the outside off before I take this apart, and we'll see what's going on the inside. Okay, on this particular carburetor, you need a 9/16 wrench. Take the bowl off. It's actually nice and clean in there. We'll check this jet. Maybe the jet's plugged up. There's a hole here on this side and a hole here on this side, and that's the jet right there. So we'll just like block one of these holes off, and we're gonna spray carburetor cleaner in that and see if it shoots out the front. So grab the carburetor cleaner here. It's kind of clogged up, so I'm gonna go grab my wire. This is just the end off a flywheel brake cable end that I just separated the wires. We'll stick that in there. Get everything that's out of there that's blocking it. Then we'll try it again here. Well, you've got a bigger stream coming out of there now. But I don't know if that would have caused it not to run. There's one more thing we can check on this. Sometimes there might be something stuck in the needle and seat over here. I was blowing in the hole where the gas goes in, and there's a little brass piece near the tube that goes up into the venturi. We're going to spray carburetor cleaner in there. And it's coming out there, so that looks nice and clean. Really didn't see nothing that would cause it to not run, but you know, the gas smells good. Like I said, I've been using it all summer long. Could have been just a speck of water, and you really can't tell on this paper towel. So I'm just going to put the carburetor back together again. Well, there is a little debris in the bowl right there. Maybe that was enough to, because that jet was kind of clogged up a little bit. But we'll put this back on, put together, and we'll put it back on, and blow out the tank and put fresh gas in there. And it wasn't leaking gas, so you don't need to replace this needle and seat, but just kind of clean that rubber cone end off in case there was something stuck on that. And make sure the pins equal on both sides. But this takes one little piece of dirt to partially block off that jet, and it won't supply enough gas to the cylinder to make it run. So you know, it could be that. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and put this back on the lawnmower, and we'll put that nice clean tank back on there and put some gas in it and see what happens. Okay, we'll put it back together again now. So as we took all the rods and everything off, we'll put them back on the exact same way. So this one here was the last to come off, so let's put that one on first. Just like that. And we got to put this plate on. Well, I'm going to start the bolts because we have to put this gasket right here goes between the carburetor and that plate. So this might take me a couple tries. Make sure I get everything together. Don't mean to be in the way of this. Okay, now we can stick that plate in there. And just get them started for right now, just to make sure everything's working right. We gotta reattach that spring right here. There's a little hole on top where that goes. Get that piece of grass out of there. Okay, I'm going and tighten her up now. Okay. Now I got the tank all cleaned out and everything, but like I said, you really don't need a filter on there, but being as I have one on there, I'm going to put a new one on there. And actually it's on the wrong way. The big end goes towards the carburetor. It like presses that screen in there. So we'll take the big end. I'm going to put it towards the carburetor. Get our clamp on there, and so you really don't need that, because there's a screen. If you empty your tank out and look in there, there's a screen molded in the plastic of the tank. So we just got this right here. We slide that under that armature there. Get our bolts. Then we're gonna have to re-gap this. Then I'll loosen that bolt up. It kind of sucked towards the magnet, so we got to readjust that too, or else that armature is going to rub against the flywheel. Okay, turn the lawnmower a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. We'll go ahead and loosen this back one up. And the magnets right here. So a business card works perfect for this. And we'll just turn the flywheel. Just like that. And that's all we gotta do on that. Then we can put that top housing on and the recoil, hook up the fuel line here. Get the holes all lined up there. Go on the other side and grab the recoil. And put them 3 5/16 inch nuts on there. Make sure it's sitting down all the way. I'm gonna hand start these so I don't strip them out. And while you work on your lawnmower, always check the oil in it. Make sure it's full, and if it's dirty, go ahead and change it. And the oil dipstick's right here. It's right on full. It's not really that dirty. I was gonna say check the plug, but they already put a new plug in it to see if that would make it start again. But we know there's a new plug in there, so don't need to worry about that. Let's go ahead and tighten these down. Don't need much torque on these, else you'll break the heads off. So that's all ready to go. Put that air filter base on there. And make sure this gasket here is in good shape. And this vent tube goes right here. We'll get these started here. And just reach back here and get that vent tube put on. Just like that. We'll hook up our throttle cable. And put it in the fast position. And pull back on the cable so that's all the way back. And to run your throttle, make sure it's working good for you. And check your air filter. This one looks like it's pretty clean, but I'm going to go ahead and blow it off anyway. If it's in bad shape, go ahead and replace it. Now go ahead and take it off the table and put some fresh gas in there and see if we can get this thing started. Okay, I just put some nice fresh premium fuel in there. So let's see what happens. Go ahead and put her on fast idle. This one's electric start, so squeeze the handle here. So this goes to show you, if your lawnmower ain't running, you take the carburetor apart, it looks clean. It just takes one little speck of dirt to plug up that main jet and not make it run. So the carburetor looked really clean, but as I was cleaning out that main jet, when I shot the carburetor clear in there, it wasn't coming out of full stream. That's why I stuck that wire in there to clear it out. So it just takes just a little piece of dirt. So anyways, thanks for watching. You have a good afternoon. Bye.